Alright guys, we are back with another episode of Pro Season Mode for F1 2015. This is episode number 4, the Bahrain Grand Prix. If you haven't seen this, if you're new to this series rather, then I'll leave a link to the very first episode in the description down below. You can go check out that episode. The support so far on this series has been incredible. You guys absolutely love this series. I believe the first episode is very close to 100,000 views and like 8,000 likes. It's ridiculous, but the Bahrain Grand Prix should be a very interesting round for us. It's a bit of a power track, but in saying that, it's normally one of my better tracks as well, so it could go either way this one, but we're going to go into qualifying now. I'm actually going to do qualifying and include it in the video, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully we can get in the top 5 and maybe get a podium for this race. We're trying to build the momentum now for Monaco, which is in 2 races time, so hopefully by then we can have our very first race win, but it's time for the Bahrain Grand Prix for qualifying.
Welcome to the Bahrain International Circuit. It's 6 o'clock and qualifying is about to begin.
Oh, P6 on a set of primes. I'll take that. We did a little bit of a train at the end there, but that's fine.
I think we were all expecting Daniel Ricciardo to get into the top 10 shootout today, but it looks like he just didn't have the pace.
So you join us now at the end of Q2. As you guys just saw then, we briefly went into P1 after our very first run at the end of Q2. I was very surprised, I'm not going to lie, to see my time go top of the table, but it looks like at that point onwards, everyone had only sort of done a run on primes, like the Mercedes and the Williams. But then at the end of the session, as you can see, they did put on options and they just got in front of us. That is really encouraging. On a track like Bahrain, I was not expecting this at all, but I have seen some cars do 32s in practice, so that's the sort of time I'm expecting in Q3, so we'll have to wait and see how we go. I only did one run, one lap. If I would have done the second lap, I think I would have gone faster, only slightly, but I don't think we're a match for Mercedes at the moment. If we can still qualify third, then that is going to be a fantastic result for the Bahrain Grand Prix. One thing you guys probably don't know about Pro Season Mode is for every qualifying session, every practice session, every time you go out to set a lap, you actually can't go to track and go straight to a fast lap. You have to do the in lap, the fast lap, and then the out lap, especially if you want to go do another run. So these sessions take so much longer to record than a regular career mode. So the practice and qualifying part of this video takes well over an hour to do. It's almost as long as the race itself, because you just have to do all these extra laps and stuff. So normally what I do is I just do one lap in every session at the end of the session when the track is at its fastest. So that's why you don't really see too much footage from qualifying at all, because this video just takes so long to record. I actually have to record qualifying on a separate day to what I do on the race, because you just can't do all the sessions all in one go. It just takes hours and hours. But we've got 10 minutes left in the session. Let's go out and do a lap and hopefully get in the top 3 for this Grand Prix. And just like usual, I'm just going to fast forward right to the end of the session and just do one flying lap. The pressure is going to be on. Let's see what the opening times are for the AI. I'm looking for 33s. Yep, straight into the 33s. The AI like to build up their pace and then they just bang in a really competitive time right at the end. Rosberg on a 33.3, that is the same time I did in Q2. So if I want to get pole, I have to match, or at least better, my previous time. It's going to be very tough. 3 minutes left to go. I'll fast forward to 2 minutes 30-ish, and we'll go out to track now. And hopefully, if we could get pole position today, then that'd be a miracle. I think we are the last in the pit lane to leave to set up for our final qualifying lap. We're going to have pretty much the track to ourselves. It's going to be right at the end of the session when the track is at its fastest. Let's go. I'm going to be very disappointed if I don't at least match or better my previous time from Q2. Starting the lap now. I'm not going to talk at all. I just want to get up as far up the grid as possible. Lap feels good so far. Apart from that, that was the first shit corner I've done. I shouldn't have talked. Could have carried more momentum on through there. Could have got on the power a little bit early. We've dropped about 3 or 4 tenths so far. Back end lost. There goes another 10th. Run wide a little bit. And oversteer on exit. This has been a tardy finish to the lap. But hopefully we're in the top 5. That's what I'm hoping for. Final corner. Third gear on the power as early as possible. Now it's simple. Up through the gears. Upshifting at the perfect point. Open the DRS after the boards. And up to the line we've gone P7. Not good. I'm interested to see what the time was. What the actual lap time was. We did a 33. We're only 1/10 away from what we did in the previous session. If you eliminate those tiny little mistakes, we'd be in P4. We could have easily found another 3/10 if we just minimize those mistakes, but either way, we have decent pace. We out-qualified our teammate Daniel Ricciardo by a long way. He didn't even make Q3, to be honest, so that just shows that we were much more in sync with this track than what he was. I think the top 10 is dominated by Mercedes and Ferrari-powered cars. So we've done really well to get in the top 10. It's time now for the race, guys. I think this video is going to go on for a very long time now that I've included qualifying. So without further ado, it's time for the Bahrain Grand Prix. What? Are you serious? Did you... We're in P12. What was that for? What was the grid penalty for? I haven't touched anyone. I haven't crossed any white lines. Didn't cut any corners. Codemasters. P12. P12 for the Bahrain Grand Prix after our pace looked so promising in qualifying. Either way, we're here for the race. I'm not going to dwell on that for too much longer. Race strategy, 2-stop option prime to the end of the race. How many laps is this Grand Prix? I think it's... Oh, 57, there you go. So we've got to do a long time with that prime stint to the very end. I'd want to do as many laps on the options as possible just to make the second half of the race a little bit more easy to get through. So we'll go through the start of this race now and we'll see how we go. Our starts in Pro Season Mode haven't been the best, and today we need to maximise everything we can starting down the order. 5 red lights, and away we go for another race here. My starts lately have been a little bit better. I've been better at minimising the wheel spin, but how many positions can we gain into turn 1? We'll have to wait and see. Contact. Sorry. I genuinely did not mean to do that. So now we're into P8. We've gained, what, 4 spots through the opening corner. A little bit forceful. We had to be, because the AI literally give you nothing. Another 2 spots. It's a turn 4. We're into P5 now. This is exactly what we need. The AI sometimes are a little bit slow on cold tyres, and we just need to make the most of that. Next up is one of the Williams. Not too sure who it is. I'm trying to resist the urge to turn up the engine right now because we ran the first half of the lap in rich. But if you run rich too long, you'll overheat your engine, and then you'll just suffer a massive horsepower loss, and that's not what you want at a track like this. So trying to manage the engine at the moment, even though I have no data for what the engine temperatures look like. I just have to do it conservatively. I just hope that this isn't the part of the race where we lose touch with everyone in front of us. I really want to have a race where we just attack, and keep moving forward. But like many other races so far this season, the thing that holds us back so much is our straight line speed. Wow. Rosberg's not having a good day, is he? So I'm guessing in front of us is Bottas, the 2 Ferraris, and then a Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton. It's frustrating that everyone in front of us is just faster than us, but at the same time we're faster than everyone behind us, including Rosberg. It doesn't make sense. it just means that track position means everything somehow. So track position gives you extra pace in Pro Season mode. What? That's how these races feel to me. Like, I could be in last place in a Red Bull, I'd have Manners in front of me and somehow not be able to catch them. That's how the AI seems to be working so far this season. No overtakes happening. And as I say that, Rosberg is right there in the mirrors. Let's see if he goes for a pass up the inside maybe. He's still there. He is there. He did show the nose. I think he got to my... What's the A pillar, B pillar, C pillar. He probably got to my inside wheels. But didn't follow through with the move. I assume he's going to try and set up the pass for maybe on the DRS straight here. Or maybe got the inside into the final corner. Who knows? I can see him there on the inside, leaving a bit of space. We hang it right around the outside and hang on to P5. Yeah, it's only going to be a matter of time before we lose position to Rosberg. He's in a Mercedes. I mean, what can you really do? Rosberg not as close this time into the final corner. That's a little bit encouraging, but can you guys see now or understand why I had to be so aggressive on that first lap? Because track position means so much in this Pro Season mode. Your advantage only lasts for the first 2 laps, and then after that, the pace normalizes and overtaking becomes very hard. It becomes very hard to move forward. That's why I don't talk so much in these videos, because as soon as I do, I'll lose a position, or I run wide, and Rosberg gets us for P5. We've dropped down to P6 now. Only 10 laps now till our next pit stop window, or our first pit stop of this race. I feel like maybe my front brakes are locking up a lot. Let's see if the engineer has anything to say.
Brakes are too cold. You need to get some heat into them. Brake hard going into the next couple of corners.
Well, okay, it's the opposite then. As soon as I jump on the brakes, then the brake performance isn't quite there. That's actually really interesting. I actually thought it was the other way. I thought they were too hot and they were overheating or something like that, but yeah, when you drive in Pro Season mode, you get a greater appreciation or a greater feel of what's going on inside the car. There's nothing to distract you with the telemetry or anything like that, and you just drive. Just get a feel for the car. You get into the rhythm, and then as soon as something doesn't quite feel right, then you know straight away. It's a weird feeling, but 49 laps left to go. That's not a good feeling. I always feel this way at the start of a Pro Season mode race. The first stint sort of drags on a little bit, then you chuck on a new set of tyres, and then the rest of the race sort of just goes by much quicker because the fuel load comes down and the car feels so much nicer. Massa's in the pits, so too is Rosberg and a couple others as well. Looks like our pit stop is due on the next lap. Is one of the Mercedes right in front of us. Is that Hamilton? I don't think it is. I think he's leading by a whole lot more than just over 20 odd seconds. But into the pits next time around for another set of options. This should take us through to the mid part of the race where we'll chuck on a set of primes and then go to the end. At the moment we're about a pit stop behind the leaders in front of us. A little bit disappointing. To be honest, I actually thought this Red Bull was going to be quicker than what it is. I felt like it was quicker in pre-season testing, but in the actual Pro Season mode and the actual Career Mode Championship, it's still the same pace as the Toro Rosso, and that's just a little disappointing. It's really hard because there's nothing you can really do. 100% race, it really tests your consistency. You've got to be so damn consistent, and there's nothing that can save you in the way of safety cars or anything like that. But now we're getting overtaken by a Williams on our inside. I think we've cleared him. Yes, we have. I think it's Massa. This has pretty much happened twice now. In pre-season testing, the Toro Rosso and the Red Bull were shown to be right on the pace of the leaders in, Grand Prix mode, and then we get to the actual career mode, and the team is just crap, really. As I said many times, safety cars, there's no safety cars this year, and it just doesn't give you any kind of strategy element as well. So the field just gets spread out so much over the course of a 90-minute race. Basically, what I'm saying is, because the races are twice as long as what my normal career modes are, and we've got a slower car, it just gives the AI more time to overtake me and more time to pull away from me, and so it just makes the grind of these races that much more difficult. Here comes the Williams again up the inside. We've moved him over to the inside. He's going to be squeezed for this right-hander, and we hang on. to P7 at the moment. A few people in front of us haven't stopped, I'm assuming. Looks like Ricciardo is right in front of us. There's no way that he's genuinely for position. I'm pretty sure he's got to make his first pit stop yet. Oh, look at this. Up the hill, up the inside. The braking performance is so much better on new tyres in this Pro Season mode. I don't suffer with understeer as much in cockpit cam, which is weird. Maybe I can spot the corners better or something, but yeah. Weird how different game modes affect the handling in different ways. I'm probably crazy. It's probably an update or something. Let's have a look behind and see Daniel Ricciardo get absolutely demolished by that Mercedes power unit of that Williams. Yep, up the inside, Ricciardo didn't really stand a chance. And he didn't even have... The Williams didn't even have DRS. Like, that's how... I don't know what I'm telling you guys. You guys already know this. The disadvantage that the Renault powered cars have is ridiculous.
6 laps until your pit window is open. I'll send you out on Prime's next stop. 31 laps to go.
All around the outside of Bottas, I think that is. I think both Williams have just come into the pits on that lap, which is weird because my pit window doesn't open for another 5 laps. That was close. Let's try and get around the outside of Bottas again, even though this makes no difference in the context of my race. And no, not really. Bottas, much fresher tyres. He just storms right back past us for P5 again. We'll be coming in about 4 laps. Oh, 2 cars have tangled. Oh my, no. No, I can't believe that's happened. A Lotus and a Ferrari have tangled in front of me. I'm guessing it's Maldonado. And I've gone straight into the side. He sort of pulled into the side of me. We've come together. Let's have a look at this. Okay, let's go up here and get a good view from this. Now, I don't know who this is. Is there a yellow flag or something that... Oh, the Ferrari goes straight on. And then the Lotus spins him out. And then... Do we have damage? Let's have a look. I've lost my front wing. Okay, we know that much. I've lost my front wing. Now, let's slow this down. It always looks bad when you slow it down like this. But we come through. We're committed to our line. And the Lotus... Yep. What can you say? That's almost like rejoining the track at a very dangerous angle, I must add. Almost going sideways, like parallel to the racing line. And then I've come in and collected him. That is so annoying. We're going to have to continue on. We were actually coming in on this lap. I was actually supposed to pit on the last lap. I decided to stay out and go for another one. But now this has absolutely cost me. It's cost that Ferrari driver too. We've actually moved up a position in all of this. And I think, yeah, they're going to come in for a new set of tyres, a new front wing. We've actually gained a position out of this. The only one we may lose out to is Felipe Massa, who stopped about 5 laps ago for a set of options. Now, the thing that you guys don't know yet is that everyone's on a 3-stop strategy, except for myself and Ricciardo. We're on 2-stop strategies, so we're doing 1 less stop than the entire field. And Vettel, I think that's Vettel, has been dragged into a 3-stop now. So we're racing a Ferrari to the end of this race. It's got a little bit exciting, but I don't know. There's a bit of a risk involved in this. We may lose a couple positions to the cars behind. How's the pit stop? It looks like it's alright. 7, 8, 8.6. And we do emerge in front of Vettel. The thing about being in the pit lane is it doesn't tell you what position you're in until after you exit. So we're P7 at the moment with a few cars still left to make their final pit stops. Back end. The tyres are very cold. The thing is, we may emerge in front of Felipe Massa, I think it is, once he makes his final stop. However, he's going to have much fresher tyres at the end of the race. Game on. I'm just going to check the race director real quick and just see who the Lotus car was and whether we have a penalty for actually running into the side of them. Incidents? Whoa, okay, we have a lot of incidents there. A lot involving the AI. So Vettel... Contact with Bottas. 5-second penalty. This is on lap 34. We're around about lap... Okay, we must be on lap 35 or something now. Vettel's got another penalty for collision with Maldonado. So it was Maldonado who ran into the side of us. Or we ran into the side of them, rather.
Massa ahead. The gap is around 20 plus. We're dropping back by around 4/10 a lap.
Oh, there's Massa. He's just come out of the pits just then. He's on cold tyres. I've got to shut up now and try and catch him while he's still a little bit slow at the moment. I was actually expecting to jump him in the pit stops because the gap was right on 20 seconds. And usually the pit stop delta is about 22 seconds. So Massa putting in some really good laps just before he made his final pit stop. Now it's us versus him. He's on prime tyres too. Let's get him. I'm going to use extra fuel as well just to get in front of him. If we can get within 1 second, that'd really help us right now. Come on. It looks like it's just over a second, the gap. It's about 1.1. That's what it looks like. I think I'm fairly good at knowing what the gap is. I think it's just under a second now. I think it might be fine. We'll see as we come up to the detection line. DRS? No. Just out. We're going to keep pushing. We're going to try and get Massa if we can. It looks like there's another car coming out of the pits. I'm assuming it's a lap car. It looks like a Lotus or a McLaren Honda. Come on, don't hold me up. Out of the way, son. Yep, you're going to take up the apex. That is absolutely fantastic. I bet that was Maldonado too. Oh, Vettel's in the pits again. For a new set of tyres, that's going to pretty much guarantee that we finish in P6 now, so long as no more mistakes ensue for the rest of this race. 10 laps left to go. Oh, someone's... Is that... Ah, it's a Manor. I thought that was a Ferrari for a second there. Always the lap cars causing trouble. I wonder if they've tangled with anyone else. If they have, I guess we'll find out in a few seconds then. Here comes Ricciardo. He's got much fresher tyres. He moves to the inside. And I'm going to try and hang right around the outside through turn 4. He's still there. Still there. I think we've got him now. Only a couple laps left to go as well. Oh, come on, Red Bull. Where's the team orders? Multi-21. Come on. I'm going defensive. Daniel's going up the inside anyway. We move back to the racing line. And Ricciardo, I believe, is still there. Through turn 4, this is getting very dangerous. The little moment where he just disappears from the mirror, but he was up my inside there as well. Then this is getting quite. Oh, my English is going out the way here. I'm just trying to stay in front of Ricciardo, doing everything I can to hang on to P6. Oh, Daniel's right there into the triple left-hander. The race is already finished now. So whoever it is, I think it's one of the Mercedes. Must be Hamilton. He almost lapped us. We were about 5 seconds away from getting lapped. Here comes Daniel again. Put it up to Rich for this final bit of the final lap. Side by side into the third sector now. Just a few more corners to go and we're hanging on to P6. We've just got to get these ugly points at the moment. We may not be as quick as the leaders. Our pace is not great. Lap time speed not great. Our straight line speed not great either. But at least we're being consistent, continuously like getting points every round. That's all that really matters. That's how we're still in the championship fight at the moment. Final corner, coming up to the line. Oh, here comes Ricciardo. I think I've already got it up in fast. We are just going to hang on to P6 for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Bit of a photo finish there between the teammates, but we've done it.
A great drive from the world champion Lewis Hamilton. On days like today, he's just unbeatable in that Mercedes.
So that's been the Bahrain Grand Prix, lads. Lewis Hamilton wins from Nico Rosberg, who fell down the order a little bit in the opening few laps. He had to recover, and he finished second place, 30-odd seconds behind his teammate. That's a very big margin at the end of that race. Mercedes, too dominant. Their car was clearly the fastest in both qualifying and the race. Kimi Räikkönen home in third. Bit of a shame for Sebastian Vettel running so well. Got tangled up with some lap cars. Maldonado giving him a 5-second penalty, and so too contact with Bottas gave Vettel a 5-second penalty as well. For us though, it's P6. Daniel Ricciardo home in P7. Hard charging for him. He did very well to... Oh well, it was unlucky, more rather, to not finish in P6 in the end there. But good solid points for Red Bull once again. Only 2 DNFers, Marcus Ericsson and Roberto Merri in that race. Championship standings, we are P6. We hold on to P6 for the moment. Vettel drops down a place after not scoring any points that race. Kimi Räikkönen, the standout so far this season, leading on 80 points. Very solid is Kimi so far this season. The Mercedes have blipped at times, but now they're starting to find a little bit of form now, heading into Spain and Monaco. So it's heading into the European leg of the championship now, and it should be some stronger rounds for us now that straight line speed is going to be less of an emphasis for the next few rounds. Monaco, Austria, and Canada are going to be 3 races that we're going to go for the win in this season. So stay tuned for those races. Should be really, really good from a championship and racing perspective for that matter. But that's been this race for today. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you're a new viewer and you've made it this far into a video, then I applaud you. That was quite an effort. I think this is going to be like a 30-minute video. I assume there's going to be a lot of action coming out of this race, but enough waffling. Thanks again, guys, for watching. Until the next race, it is the Spanish Grand Prix. Until then, I'll see you guys next time.